Hey guys, Jay here, and I've been working on my Wraith only for the past year now. I realized that next month will mark a year that I've been without my Wraith. There's been many problems. Some of it was parts, some of it was money for parts and stuff like that. I know I was waiting on gears for the longest time. For the gearbox, but so yeah, it's been a year-long project. Part of the problem was I was procrastinating. I was really how do I say it? I was really overwhelmed with the soldering part of this job. So I just found out that, well, as far as everything's concerned here, all systems are go. I just got done calibrating DSC and binding, so I do have forward, I do have reverse, servo's hooked up. According to the manual, it says if calibration was correct, it will flash between 4 and 1, and that's what it's doing right now. So far everything is looking good. So yeah, I'm looking to get this put together. I also had an issue with the connectors. So I soldered a female connector onto the ESC, but that was not a Traxxas female connector, so I'm using a Traxxas battery. So I had to put a female knockoff Traxxas to make it work. Basically, the knockoff Traxxas male would not work with the original Traxxas female, so I had to get the knockoff female connector to make this work. So I had to solder the battery. I think this is the second battery I've soldered up connectors to. And anytime I talk about soldering connectors to batteries, I always give my little speech about that you cannot cut both wires at the same time. You have to cut them one at a time. If these two bare wires touch each other, it's going to short out the battery. So you got to be careful of that. I'm sure most people know that, but I just put that out there. I didn't for the longest time. I didn't have any problems, but I didn't really think about it either. So I'm kind of happy right now. I'm glad that I'm possibly going to have this up and running before November, I hope. I still got a lot to go. I still got to put the drive shafts in, put the motor in, and lock everything down. So I still got a lot of work to do, but I would say that the hard part is over, or at least I think it is. I mean, to me, like I said, soldering that was very overwhelming. I didn't even want to buy this setup. This is the Tekin motor, Tekin 35 turn, heavy duty. I bought this because I was told it'd be less maintenance. If something should happen to it, I can repair it, but it's a very low maintenance motor, so that's always good. I've heard some motors are very high maintenance. Pretty much after every run or so, you have to clean them out. So yeah, I mean, I was reluctant to buy this receiver. Let me turn this off. I was reluctant to buy this receiver because of the fact of this little piece here, the capacitor. It's just, if you look at these posts, they're so tiny. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. So I surprised myself. So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good right now as far as as far as getting the worst part over. Now I get to work on putting it together and that other fun stuff. So I'd like to take the time to thank everyone for watching my videos. Thanks to all the old subscribers, the new subscribers. I'm sorry I haven't been as active as I normally am in the RC community. Part of it was I was out of work for a little while, so usually when I'm out of work, I was out of a job. Usually when I'm out of a job, I don't know, I guess you could say things that I have fun with, I kind of put off to the side. I kind of, worry about, when am I going to get a job, how am I going to get a job, and all that other stuff, especially in a bad economy. So stuff like RCing, I can go outside and use them, yeah, but I always feel like there's so much more I could be doing as far as looking for a job. So RCing is usually always on the back burner, or a lot of the other stuff I do. I'm into video games. I did still play video games, but not as much as I would because of the fact of that. I don't know how to explain it. It's just when you're out of work, you don't really feel like, not like having fun, but you always feel like you're not on top of your game as far as looking for a job. I'm sure somebody's been laid off before or something, and you kind of know what I mean, but I just wasn't feeling up to doing anything RC. The ironic part was, my wife kept saying, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a job, and all that good stuff. And the ironic part is yeah, I mean, I did know that, but I mean, I could have put all this stuff together. I have tons of RC projects I could have done. But yeah, I didn't do them, and I had the time for it, obviously, because I'm out of a job, but I just didn't want to be down here, and it looks like, I'm just playing games all day. The ironic part is now I'm back to work. I've been back to work for probably about a month now, and, I sit there and think, oh, I could have had this put together. I've got a body that I want to paint. I could have done that easily. What else? I have, well, I wanted to get this project done first, but I have a full, I gotta put the light on. I've got a full, if you can see that, SCX-10 kit, all waiting to be built. I've got the motor in there, ESC, servo. Had plenty of time to do it again, but it's just when you're out of work, it's just you don't really feel like, or at least I don't feel like, fooling around with RCs. It just, I feel like I'm not taking my life serious if I'm not, it's kind of foolish in a way, because on the weekends you really can't really do some hard job search and stuff. So you should, I need to lighten up on myself, but anyways, I don't know if you're going to be able to understand what I'm getting at, but anyways, I'm slowly getting back into it, as far as, the RC part goes. I mean, now that I have a job, my life is getting balanced again, and I was definitely missing the Wraith, a real lot. I realized that probably out of all the RCs, bashers and racers and stuff like that, and that I really like the crawlers and stuff. It's relaxing. It's not so high speed that you got to worry about traffic. A lot of times you're out in the woods, so it's peaceful. You're mud bogging or crawling or trailing or trying to overcome, an obstacle, and it's just I find it relaxing. So I think out of all the RCs, I really like the crawlers the best. So I was definitely missing this RC. I mean, the Wraith was a major RC for me. Plus, it got me away from buying Traxxas cars. I mean, I have enough Traxxas cars. Not that there's anything wrong with Traxxas, but I mean, I don't think that the Stampede and my Slash handle any different than each other, I guess. They're both bashers. I mean, the Slash, I guess, you know, it's LCG's, you know, low center of gravity, so I mean, yeah, it handles the road a little bit better than the Stampede, but they both ultimately do the same thing. They both bash, whereas, and they're limited to, I mean, you're not going to take a basher and make it crawl, so they're limited to what they can do, sort of. But with a Wraith, a crawler, you know, I mean, you can go pretty much anywhere. Whereas, I mean, you're not going to take a Slash into the woods. Or at least not the way I drive in the woods, in tall grass and stuff like that, and over rocks and stuff. But anyways, I'm sure you know what I mean, and I'm kind of dragging on here. So, just thought I'd make a video. Again, sorry I haven't been, you know, posting that much and watching these guys' videos. Just wasn't into it. So with that being said, I'm gonna call this video done. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. Bye.